How's it going, everyone? We are back with Raid Shadow Legends, and I wanted to share with you guys a bit of a secret strategy, or at least I haven't really seen anyone talking about it yet, about how you can actually maximize the rewards from the different summoning events in the game a lot better if you are free to play or you don't plan on spending a lot of money. Now, we have a whole bunch of different summoning events in the game, but the problem is if you don't spend a lot of money, it's going to be really difficult to maximize the rewards from all of them because they just happen way too close to each other for you to really save up the shards to get all the rewards from them. So we have a event right now that is going to give you double rates for ancient shards. It's actually in the news section. You'll see right here, double your chances of receiving legendary and epic champions from ancient shards. Really importantly as well is we've also had this event for sacred shards and void shards. So you could probably expect this is going to be coming back in the future, maybe every couple of weeks or so. But the problem is, while this event is fantastic, there's some other summoning events in the game as well. You're probably pretty familiar with the Summon Rush. This is the summoning event that's been going on for the longest. It comes around every so often, and this is the one where you end up summoning shards, and each one is going to end up giving you points. You get to a certain number of points, and usually the last reward is something along the lines of a legendary skill book. And we also have this tournament, which I'm actually really surprised this is going alongside with the double rates event. Usually it doesn't end up that way, but generally speaking, the tournaments don't have as good rewards as the other two events. But nonetheless, there's a lot of different summoning events, and you're not going to be able to really save up enough shards if you don't spend a lot of money to get the rewards from all of them. So that's where the strategy comes into play. Now, what the strategy is going to use is the market. Now, you might be like, okay, I already know what the market is. I don't see what a big deal is. Well, let me explain something. Now, when it comes to these events, you're going to really want to prioritize your ancient shards, your void shards, and your sacred shards for these double rate events. It's going to be very, very valuable, especially if you don't really end up spending a lot of money or any money on this game, as having double the chance of getting really, really useful champions is very, very valuable. Even if you don't get lucky one time when one of these events come around, eventually you will end up getting lucky, and doubling your odds is always going to be very, very valuable when you have a very limited amount of shards that you get. So you want to prioritize your ancients, your voids, and your sacreds for when these events come back in the future. So try to save those even when a Summoner Rush event comes out. I'm going to tell you why you want to end up saving your other shards for this event. Now, the problem is the Summon Rush usually needs something like 3,000 points. Well, the good news with the Summon Rush is you can end up getting points from mystery shards. These things right here, you probably have a decent amount of them, but you would need a lot of mystery shards if you want to max out a Summon Rush event only using mystery shards. You'd probably need about 3,000 of these. And if you're using these to end up summoning champions, to level up fodder, to rank up your heroes, you're probably not going to have enough of these saved up every single time a Summon Rush comes out. So we run into that problem again of you might be able to save them eventually, but you're not going to have enough every time one of these events comes out. Well, that's where the market comes in really, really useful. Now, you probably already know you can end up getting mystery shards from the market. You should always buy these because they are very cheap. And you might be like, okay, I do that anyway. Well, what's the point? Well, I actually want to talk about why the 1-star commons and the 2-star uncommons are a little bit better than you might think they are. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, they're really expensive. Why would you buy those when you can end up buying mystery shards for way less? If you actually do the math behind mystery shards at 5,000 silver each, if you take a look at the odds, you have a 74.2% chance of getting a common, a 24.4% chance of getting an uncommon, and you can even get a rare at 1.4% chance. At 5,000 silver each, that's a really good deal. You should definitely be buying these anyway. And it makes these commons and these uncommons look like a really, really bad deal. But the reason why they're actually not as bad as you think they are is because when you end up spending some silver on these commons and these uncommons, you can actually end up using those as fodder and working on them without actually opening up your mystery shards. So what spending silver on the non-mystery shard champions in the market lets you do is it lets you still work on fodder, but it lets you save up those mystery shards for when a Summon Rush event comes out. So if you have some extra silver, you definitely want to at least consider buying some of the cheaper commons and uncommons. Me, I'm going all out and I'm buying all of them every single time my market refreshes. And this is the fodder that I am going to be working on until a Summon Rush comes out. Because now you really shouldn't be using any of your mystery shards to summon for fodder. You're going to be stockpiling a lot of them for when that Summon Rush event comes out, and you'll probably have close to, if not more than 3,000 of these when every Summon Rush event comes out if you use this strategy. Now, yes, it is a lot of silver, but when you actually calculate the cost of the point value of what you're actually going to be getting by saving these mystery shards, it's really not so bad. Every mystery shard costs 5,000 silver and gives you 1 point for the Summon Rush event. But if you take a look at it, the ancient shards give you 20 points. People would very happily spend 200,000 silver for ancient shards, not only for the points during the Summon Rush, but obviously because they give you good champions. So when you actually take a look at this, it's really not too bad, and it might be worth spending a little bit of extra silver, especially if you have it stockpiling like I do, to end up just purchasing champions in the market that aren't from the mystery shards, working on those, and then stockpiling your mystery shards for the Summon Rush. Now, what this is going to allow you to do is when the Summon Rush events come out, you can end up using your mystery shards and get a whole bunch of points knocked out for the Summon Rush, and then end up saving as many ancient shards, void shards, and sacred shards. You want to save as many of those as you can for when these boosted summon rate events come back, because they definitely will. We've already had the sacred double rates event, I think twice already, maybe even 3 times. These will definitely be back in the future. So this allows you to not have to worry about thinking which event you're going to be using your shards on, because the mystery shards are only valuable for this Summon Rush. So you want to stockpile, save as many mystery shards as you can, work on fodder that isn't from mystery shards, and then use your other shards, your ancients, voids, and sacreds for the double rate events when those come out. Don't worry so much about the tournament, by the way. I know that's another summoning event, but the rewards never really seem worth it unless we get really lucky, which we are right now, and you have a tournament going on at the same time as another summoning event. Don't expect that to happen too much in the future, though. Plarium is known for not being too generous with how they lay out their events like this. Anyway, I wanted to share this strategy with you guys. Hopefully, some of you guys will see why the uncommons and commons in the market, even though they are more expensive, they're not actually as bad as you might think they are. So if you guys decide to use this strategy, I wish you all good luck on all of your summons and all of your events. And if you liked this video and this strategy helped out, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much to those of you guys that do, and you can definitely expect more videos in the future. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.